That's bullshit. Like I already told your short Pomeranian looking ass, I don't have a receipt because you never gave me a f***ing receipt. Now where is your manager? And like I already told your Quavo looking ass, my manager is on vacay in the Bahamas, so he's not here. And without him here, I cannot process any refunds without a f***ing receipt. Bullshit. My lights keep flickering on and off and sometimes not even cutting on, so I want my money back. I got a video to do. Well, everything seems fine now that I'm here. I'm gonna see about processing that refund. What's going on, guys? My name is Ronan Lockhart and this is Hip Style Gaming. Hope everybody's having a good day today, good evening, weekend with so far. And who is LUXORD? That's a question that's been coming up a lot lately in the Kingdom Hearts community, guys, ever since the release of 3. And who is LUXORD? Who is LUXORD? Who is Slade?
Who is Slade? Who is Slade? Who is Slade? Who is Slade?
So who exactly is LUXORD, guys? Well, we're about to dig a little bit deeper into that. I've been doing a lot of research and doing a little bit of digging and trying to find the best possibility on who exactly LUXORD can be. Well, guys, I came up with 3 of them. So today in this video, we're going to be discussing the top 3 possibilities of who exactly LUXORD could possibly be. If you are new to my channel or haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as well as leave a like during the video or at the end, doesn't matter, to help keep the channel going. You know, the subs really help, guys. This is something I'm taking fully serious. You know, I love giving you guys pretty good content and pretty good theories like this, you know, so the subs to the channel would really help to keep the channel going. So if you can and you got fingers, please do. Without further ado, let's jump into it, guys. LUXORD is the nobody of Ansem the Wise. Now, I know a lot of people might look and say, huh? Yeah, fucking right. But when you really take a closer look at both of them, don't they have a lot of things shockingly, like, in common? I mean, take a look at LUXORD and, you know, his beard and his facial hair. Even to Ansem the Wise's beard and his facial hair, they look exactly the same. What makes this theory plausible is the fact that, remember in Kingdom Hearts 2, or just a series in general, the fact that Ansem the Wise's pupils were all experimented on and had nobodies. Well, wouldn't it just be a big coincidence that he was the only one that didn't get a nobody? Everybody around him was experimented on and got a nobody, except for him. Now, even though it was Terra North that actually gave all those pupils a nobody in disguise as Ansem the Wise, the fact still remains that once Ansem the Wise went to the realm of darkness, he still had an obsession, unhealthy obsession at that, with the heart. And it's no telling what he was doing while he was down there in the realm of darkness. So for all we know, he could have found a way to make himself a nobody and to get himself a nobody. What I honestly think will happen is something with time travel, but we'll get into that a little bit later. For now, let's address the 2 big elephants in the room. The things that make this theory a little bit unplausible would be the fact that their hairs kind of don't look similar and the fact that their eyes don't look similar. Well, take a look and look at it like this. When somebody like Lee made his nobody came out looking a little bit distinct from him. Honestly, the only thing distinct about it was just the marks under his eyes, but that went to show you that nobodies can sometimes have a little bit of a off appearance from their original. So the second elephant would be the fact of his hair. Well, if you want to bring hair into the factor, what about Riku? Riku has changed his hair more than Kairi has changed her hair in this series, so we clearly know that it's not a problem for Ansem the Wise to possibly have chopped his hair off or got a quick little haircut, or maybe even did that to be in disguise as a nobody while in the organization. He was always bringing up atonement and talking about how he wants to fix all the bad shit he did throughout the Kingdom Hearts series, so maybe his way of atonement was making a nobody for himself, sending it into the organization as his own personal spy, and using it to collect data in order for the end final game when everything played out, you know? LUXORD might have honestly just supposed to, or maybe he was supposed to be in the organization only for, you know, the events leading up to Kingdom Hearts 2, but maybe he found out a little bit too more, you know, maybe leading into the events of Kingdom Hearts 3 and beyond, and that's what maybe caused him to give Sora that wild card, saying that it would come in handy in the future. I mean, Luxord's not really a threat during the series. Think about it. Whenever he shows up to kind of just harass Sora, that's all it really is. He's always harassing him and just playing around and messing with him. You know, he never really puts up any type of real fight or combat effort or anything like that. Even during the Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, he's not really a boss. He's just kind of like a mini game. Just find the card that he's in, kick his ass, and then that's pretty much it. But only time will tell if this theory is plausible, guys. So for now, it's just speculation. Moving on. LUXORD is the nobody of the third party member to Xehanort and Ericus. Now I know people might think this may be a little bit of a far stretch, guys, but let's take a little bit of a look into deeper evidence we could possibly have for this. Now one thing that I know for certain is that a lot of people assume the trios to usually be a boy-boy-girl type thing. But what if in this case it was actually a boy-boy-boy? I mean, there was speculation going around that Yen Sid could be the third-party member of Ericus and Xehanort, but what if this whole time it's actually been LUXORD or his original who's actually the third-party member to Xehanort and Ericus? Evidence of this can be found on KingdomHeartsFandom.com, where it goes on to say, sometimes after the destruction of LUXORD and its heartless counterpart, LUXORD somebody was able to reform. However, he was soon approached by young Xehanort, who sought to recruit him into the real Organization 13. LUXORD somebody agreed to join and was subsequently transformed back into his nobody self LUXORD, where he will become a vessel for a fragment of Master Xehanort's heart. So this got me thinking, if young Xehanort went through time, wouldn't he have to go to a point in time where a version of himself existed, right? Right. So, if this is accurate, or at least that is true, and young Xehanort did approach LUXORD to recruit him into the organization, then wouldn't that mean that he went to a point in time where a version of himself would have existed? Now, it couldn't have been way back in the ancient Keyblade War, because, you know, we haven't really seen any evidence that Xehanort existed during the ancient times of the Keyblade War, or with the foretellers and whatnot. So, if that's the case, it would have to be that point in time with Ericus. It would have to be around a time frame or a time span of that, which would mean that Xehanort and Ericus knew LUXORD. It would be a big possibility that LUXORD would have been this third party member to Ericus and Xehanort, especially looking at his age. You know how LUXORD appears age-wise, you know, he looks to be around the same age, you know, of Ericus and Xehanort. So it would make a little bit of sense, you know, that he would be the third party member of Xehanort and Ericus as well. Similar to Ericus, it could be that LUXORD is actually a descendant of a blue blood like Xehanort detailed in one of his reports. But if you really think about it, every one of the characters in Kingdom Hearts are actually descendants of somebody from the past, because, you know, the Keyblade line originated in the past and started somewhere. So wouldn't that mean that everybody, you know, in the series is actually, or at least Sora, Aqua, Ventus, and, or not Ventus because he's from the ancient times, but Sora, Aqua, Terra, Kairi, and so on, you know, wouldn't they all be descendants of somebody from the Keyblade War or ancient Keyblade times as well too? Only time will tell, guys. For now, it's speculation. Moving on. Before we get into number 3, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button at the top right corner, hit that bell for notifications, and the subs really helps to keep the channel going, guys. It helps me to bring you guys quality and good content like this, you know. As I mentioned earlier, I'm taking my YouTubing a little bit serious, or not even a little bit, actually a lot serious. And yeah, I think I'm gonna make it a full-time thing to bring you guys quality Kingdom Hearts content at all times. So yeah, guys, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, whatever, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into number 3. LUXORD is the player from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Now this has to be one of the most solid theories and possibilities in my opinion, guys, and here's why. Mainly from the scene that I'm showing you right here. Look at it like this. In Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, the player has a vision that happens way in the future of the Keyblade War, which is being shown right here, which is actually the Keyblade War from Kingdom Hearts 3, the 7 Guardians of Light versus the 13 Secrets of Darkness. And I always speculated on why the player would have had this vision way back in the past. Well, to sum it up simple, LUXORD is the nobody of the player, us. And I have the perfect piece of evidence for that, guys. Take a look at this.
Oh, right. Before I forget, if a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're telling us that if we see a nightmare, Someone has fallen into darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So take notice of what they said right here. If we see a nightmare, that means somebody has fallen into darkness. Well, when is the first time that we see a nightmare Kiriti in the Kingdom Hearts series? Well, it's when we're approached by him on the bridge when the Keyblade War is getting ready to take place. And who does he say he belongs to? So Dark Kiriti drops the fucking ball and says that he belongs to us, the player, out of everybody we expected. So what does that mean, guys? It means that at some point during Kingdom Hearts, if, you know, this whole time paradox and time travel thing is going on, like I've been saying since my part 1 Sora is the Master of Masters video, if this whole little time paradox thing is going on where people are involved in a continuous time loop or caught up in a time paradox situation, then that means at some point in time our player LUXORD, he actually falls to the darkness. Now what I mean by time paradox is pretty much the events of Kingdom Hearts are stuck in a time loop, meaning that they're always going to reoccur. As in, so for example, like I mentioned in part 1, Sora goes back in time, becomes a Master of Masters, does all of this to kind of change the events of the future, unknowingly putting the events of the future into play, and it kind of just repeats over and over and over again until the game we're playing is supposed to be the altered future. So what that means, and why I also believe that, is why would we be having a vision of, you know, the future Keyblade War way back in the past? You know, if LUXORD is the player and he's having a vision, then that means he's probably having a vision, or at least, you know, due to the fact that, you know, his nobody is connected to him, you know, so he's having memories of, you know, what his nobody was experiencing at that time, if that makes sense. Another hint pointing to LUXORD being the player is actually, well, his choice of weapon as a nobody. If you guys remember in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, or Kingdom Hearts Key there was at the time, the weapons that we use now in the mobile game are metals. But before that, in the Japanese version, before, you know, it actually got taken down, the main weapon that was used, or the battle system style back then, were actually cards. And you know who's the only person who uses cards in this series? Is actually LUXORD. So I mean, if that isn't a dead giveaway, I don't know what else is. But that's all the time that we have for today though, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. The link to part 1 of Sora being the Masters of Masters will also be in the description below, guys. And like I said, if you're new to the channel or haven't already, please leave a sub and a like as well to help keep the channel going, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I've been Ronan Lockhart. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.